So if you're an empty nester living in Hattiesburg or the Gulf Coast and you're thinking about selling your home in the next 6 to 12 months, there's a few things that you should start doing right now that can make a major difference in how much money you walk away with when the home sells. Unfortunately, a lot of homeowners don't start thinking about these things until it's too late, and they often pay a huge price for that mistake. I'm Steve Pahlman with Dunbar Real Estate, and be sure to watch this video until the end because I'm going to tell you exactly how to avoid that mistake so that you maximize your return at the closing table. If this video helps, please be sure to like and subscribe. That helps my channel more than you'll ever know, and I really do appreciate that. All right, so one of the most common mistakes that I see homeowners make all the time is waiting until they're ready to list their home before they start actually preparing for the market. By that point, everything becomes rushed. Repairs get done quickly, decisions get made under pressure, and people often end up spending way too much money in the wrong places. And once that money's spent, it's gone. They don't get that back. The homes that tend to perform the best on the market are almost always the ones where the preparation started months before the home was ever listed. A lot of homeowners don't realize this, but the difference between a well-prepared home and a rush listing can easily be tens of thousands of dollars in the final sales price. So the goal isn't just selling the house. The goal is implementing a strategy that ensures you take the right steps during the home prep process so that it protects the equity that you've spent years building and not leaving any money on the table. And the best way to do that is starting the process months before you're ready to even go to market. Another thing that many homeowners misunderstand is what preparing a home for sale actually means. It usually doesn't mean renovating the whole house. In fact, these large renovations often don't return dollar for dollar when you do sell. What matters much more is focusing on improvements that buyers notice first. These are improvements that impact the buyer's first impression. The moment they walk in the front door, they notice these things like paint touch-ups, lighting, curb appeal, and how well the home shows overall. These small improvements done strategically can often make a much bigger difference in these expensive renovations. And this is where many homeowners accidentally make costly mistakes because they either overspend on upgrades that buyers don't care about, or they skip the small improvements that actually do matter to buyers and are oftentimes very inexpensive. But if you miss those improvements that actually count, it will very likely cost you thousands of dollars at the closing table. And I see this happen all the time. Another challenge that homeowners often run into is they simply don't know who to call when upgrades or repairs are needed. You want to be sure that when you do call a contractor, that A, they actually show up when they say they will, and B, that they actually do quality work, and C, that they charge a fair price for it. You see, over the years, I've worked with a lot of quality contractors all over South Mississippi, from Hattiesburg down to the coast. And many of these guys I've developed a lot of relationships with. They've either done work for me personally or they've done work for my clients. And they've consistently done good work. And they actually understand what improvements help sell a home. So when I sit down with a seller during the prep phase, I'm often able to refer them to these contractors who are reputable and understand the process. Now, just to be clear, I'm not affiliated with any of these contractors. I don't receive any kind of compensation from them in any kind of way. These are simply professionals who I've seen do good work over the years, and they've done work for myself. And having access to contractors who actually understand how to prepare homes for the market makes the process go so much smoother. Planning months ahead of time makes this process so much easier and sets you up for success whenever you are ready to go to market. And this is especially true for empty nesters. You have time to decide which improvements to actually make, and you have time to prepare the home properly without feeling rushed. And this strategy puts you in the best position to walk away from the closing table with the absolute most money that the market will allow. So if you're an empty nester thinking about selling your home sometime in the next 6 to 12 months, one thing I offer is a pre-market home prep seller consultation. It's absolutely free and it comes with no obligation whatsoever. There's no contracts, there's no commitments, just clarity. I'll walk through the home with you and I'll show you exactly what to do and what not to do in terms of improvements and repairs. And I can connect you with reputable contractors if there are any repairs that need to be made. And they all do good work and at a fair price. And while I'm there, I'll also do a full market valuation and I'll tell you exactly what your home is worth in today's market. That way there's no guessing. The goal here is simple. For you to help you prepare and price your home the right way using a strategy that'll maximize your return when the time comes to sell. And if that would be helpful, please feel free to call or text me anytime to schedule the consultation. You can also click the link in the description of this video and schedule it. And there's also a link in the description of this video for my free home value estimate tool if you just want to get an idea of what your home is currently worth. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. Share this with anyone that you may know who's getting ready to sell. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching.